a seat, sip some wisdom, and stay a while. This is the Prosperity Lounge, where growth gets personal. Step inside, we're breaking chains.
Welcome back to the Prosperity Lounge, where hope meets freedom and growth gets personal, and where every episode we blend money, mindset, purpose, and the people who make our community shine. I'm your host, Joey Ruffalo, and before we dive in, a huge thank you to tonight's sponsors. If you're watching on YouTube, and we'll throw those QR codes on the screen like always. First is up is Bello Business Solutions. Bello Business Solutions mentioned Make Business Make Sense for a free consultation. Scan that QR code and reach out to Bello Business Solutions today. They'll take care of all your needs, especially with 2025 ending and 2026 just getting started. You want to start the year on the right path. And of course, LaPera Insurance. Call 865-252-0480. That's 865-252-0480. Talk to Joe LaPera at LaPera Insurance today. You can also email him at jlapera, that's JLAPERA, at farmersagent.com. Use promo code JRRadio, and the first 10 quotes this month, we still got some time, first 10 quotes this month to get a free gift card. And that'll come in handy, especially this time of year. So thank you so much for these guys, for being a part of our show and being trusted prosperity partners. Let's see, we got some great stuff going on. I appreciate their partnership and mission and what we're trying to do and support here. And remember, every Wednesday night at 6 o'clock, we premiere a brand new Prosperity Lounge episode on YouTube. I almost said live on YouTube. It's a live premiere. And what that means is we have a live chat. Get in there and have some conversation. And afterwards, I go live and do a takeaway of the episode. And coming in the new year, we're going to have some guests that are going to be joining us during those live chats and also staying on to do some of the live conversations. So you get double dip. You get to ask some questions in real time about the episode you just watched them talk to me about. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And that's actually going to be Monday and Wednesdays come the new year. We're expanding the show big time, guys. And then, of course, on Friday nights, we're here live in the studio with our guests from 6 to 7, right here on Live as Always. Lots of fun and exciting stuff in store for the show and the Prosperity Lounge. So make sure you're following along on YouTube, Facebook, and wherever you listen to your favorite podcast for all the super fun details. Like I said, spoiler, there's a lot more prosperity coming your way. I said spoiler, but maybe I should spoil it. Amy, should I spoil it?
You should spoil it.
I'm going to spoil it. Amy says I should spoil it. Coming in the new year, we got, like I said, the new shows, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We have a new daily show coming as well. It's a new 5-minute dose of prosperity, Monday through Friday. We drop in that every day, new tips and tricks on money, business, finance, prosperity, community, branding, marketing, everything to get you going in the new year. That's going to be every Monday through Friday. And then we just launched our Prosperity Lounge Partners program. So you go to prosperityloungepartners.com and you'll have a directory of all of our favorite trusted people who you can reach out to and connect with. So that's in our beta launch right now, but get in there. And if you're a small business owner who's looking to up your game in 2026 and beyond, we are launching the Prosperity Council. Prosperity Council is going to be our monthly mastermind. It's going to be on Zoom or some video conferencing app, probably Zoom. And it'll be a place where we can connect with other business owners. You have a hot seat. So if you got a question, you want to get on the hot seat with other business owners connecting with you and giving you all these tips and tricks and everything else. And we're going to bring in some special guest speakers to kind of up your game in 2026. So we got a lot of fun stuff happening. So make sure you're connected and all that stuff. All right. After all that, I'm going to think, if I ever tried to plan a trip and thought, this should be exciting, why am I stressed already? Tonight's the show for you. And I'm already stressed just thinking about all the work I'm going to do in 2026. I'm going to need a trip. Travel is supposed to be about memories, not meltdowns. And tonight I'm joined in studio by Amy Shewmake, owner of Simply Magical Vacations by Amy. And before you think, oh great, she just books trips, let me say this. Amy doesn't just book travel. Amy knows her clients. Amy knows her destinations. And when things go sideways, she's the one fighting for you. Amy also happens to be deeply involved in our local community here in West Knox and Farragut, and including leadership in the Farragut West Knox Chamber and leading the Gala Auction Committee. She was our chair this year, which I happen to humbly serve on. And I need to step up my game next year, too, on that. So we'll talk about that, too. Amy, thanks for pulling up a chair, and welcome to the Prosperity Lounge. How you doing?
Hey, good. Thanks, Joey. Thank you for having me. I'm
Absolutely.
excited.
I'm excited to have you as well. This is going to be a really fun time because I'm excited to talk to you about travel and vacations and where to go where it's warm right now. That'd be a lot of fun.
Yes.
So I want to start for a little bit. People think the travel industry is glamorous. Beaches, first class seats everywhere you go, fruity drinks. But it's not the whole story.
No, it is not at all. Like to compare it to being a chef and being a person who likes to have a good meal. So do you, a lot of people say, oh, I love to travel. I would love to be a travel agent. And I say that's great, and that is part of the job. Mm-hmm. But there's also the part where you're preparing the meal and dicing and cooking and sending other people on trips, not necessarily yourself. It's very long hours because most people don't or can't plan vacation during 9 to 5 when they're working. They need to do it outside of those hours. So it's a lot of weekends, a lot of nights. When you're on vacation, you are still working because other people are on vacation or planning theirs. So it is not as glamorous as many people think. And a lot of the industries are pulling back from sending you on trips and having you get to do those things for free. Mm-hmm. Many of the times I'm paying out of pocket just as I would send you on a trip. I'm sending me on that trip, but I'm going for research instead of for fun.
So a little known fact I talked to you about 10, 15 years ago, I became a travel agent for a brief time.
Yes.
And joined one of the cruise organizations, CLIA, Cruise Lines International Association, whatever it's called. Got my little card and my number, and I was able to book trips and do what they were called as the FAM trips or familiarization tours. Mm-hmm. We used to go to locally, and then you have to study to learn a destination. Like, oh, you're the Hawaii expert, or you're the Reno expert, or the whatever expert we had to be at the time. And the hotel chains and stuff would have their own thing and their own booking systems. And I'll tell you, my only client was myself, my family, and that was enough to say I'm good, because parents are demanding when it comes to the first class stuff. My gosh.
Yeah, and it really is for me like having that servant's heart and being able to serve others, because there are some days where it gets very stressful, and to take that stress on, there's got to be a higher calling to it. Absolutely.
And it was funny, you kind of said something about people planning it and not being able to do it. It kind of resonates back to when I'm coaching people in getting out of debt. And they're talking about, I budget, but they budget in their head.
Yes.
And I can imagine people planning a trip in their head, but actually sitting down and trying to put it on paper and make all the dot the I's, cross the T's, and make the connections work, and make this work, and the budget work. That they just go, well, it worked well in my head. I guess we'll just fling it, make it work. And that's what people do with their budgets when it works, and it doesn't. You have to put it on paper. You have to see it. You have to be intentional. And you have to probably work with somebody that knows what they're doing.
There's a lot of, if you don't know, you don't know. And you can go on the internet and you can research, but there's still those little things that just going through the experience gives you just gives you a heads up, gives you that little bit of an edge to be able to make something less stressful. Knowing that going through customs in one airport is going to take longer than it is in another. Knowing that from Knoxville, we're going to fly into one terminal and you're going to leave from another one. And we need to make sure that, you have longer than 45 minutes to get from one gate to the other. Just little things like that can come into play. And do you want to be stressing about making that connection, or do you want to have that built-in time and actually enjoy, maybe relax, recharge?
For sure. I mean, I could see you being a modern day problem solver in addition to I don't want to say a dream provider, but also a problem solver. We'll use those. You're both of those, dream provider and problem solver. So we've seen the industry change a lot over the years, and especially since 2020.
Yes.
What's the different now than when maybe you first started? We'll save the 2020 change for a little bit, but just in general from now to when you first started, what are some of the big things that you've seen change over the years?
I think one of the big things that we have seen is that people are looking for travel agents. They realize that there is a value to them, that they can't do it all on their own, or maybe they don't want to do it on their own. Time is money. Would you rather spend that time? Would you rather spend that time earning money? Would you rather spend that time with your family? Or would you rather be researching and trying to figure out all the pitfalls that go along with a vacation? Then when you look at that, many people see the value in a travel agent. We are seeing more people traveling now. We are seeing more people apply for passports, which means that they are traveling outside of the country as well. So between those two things, the world has just opened up, and I think many people want to go and experience it now. And with that comes a lot of uncertainty and looking for answers.
So let's get into the dreaded conversation
bum, bum, bum.
of COVID. So COVID, a lot of changes. That happened during, but led to post-COVID changes. Complexity, cancellations, all that kind of fun stuff, or quote, fun stuff that you have to deal with. I bet you during that time itself, it was probably really stressful to be an agent. People are stuck places, trying to get people home.
Yes. And then travel plans being in flux for over a year, cruise lines being shut down, borders being shut down, testing requirements, vaccine requirements, all of those came into play. And I always seem to be preferencing my statements with, I'm not trying to get into your personal, religious, or political beliefs. I just need to know these things so I can help you travel and find what works for you during this time. Now we are very fortunate. Things seem to be what I would say back to normal, except I think now we are seeing we are seeing people be more conscious about what are the rules and regulations of going into a place and how is that going to affect my travel. And people are also more aware of that things can change quickly. And people are looking at having travel insurance such as in place so that if something happens while they're out of the country, then they have a security net to help them during that time.
I bet you that industry grew.
It has, and their rules have changed. Canceling for any reason, and COVID, and epidemics. The word epidemic, I think, has changed in the travel just in the travel insurance world. So those would all be questions, though, for a travel insurance agent, which I am not. But I do know that, that industry changed as well during that time.
So I have a question now. I've been watching some cruise videos lately, and I think it might be all the cruise lines are doing it, but definitely it's Royal Caribbean. When you go into the buffet, they have the people here, the washy stations, the hand wash stations. Was that always in place, or is that a COVID thing or post-COVID?
Certain cruise lines had stations where you could go and wash your hands before. Most of them were just gel, and it wasn't very. It wasn't enforced as much. It was still there because they are concerned about the spreading of germs and diseases, but it definitely became more prominent when they came back. The cruise lines were hit very hard during COVID, and they were also they had the most scrutiny on them from different governments, and especially our CDC was very concerned about opening the cruises back up. So the cruises worked very, very hard to put things in place that would help with, you couldn't 100% say we're not going to have COVID, but to help keep that down and to help it not to be spread if they should have a case. I think they were very scared that if they didn't have these things in place, they would get shut back down. And they got hurt they were one of the first industries to go down. They were one of the last to come back up. They struggled a lot. So they put a lot of things in place to make sure that they could make it as safe as possible for us to go back to cruising.
Now, we can never plan or know when another one of these is going to happen.
Nope.
But having the experience that you've had going into something like this was probably invaluable. I can't imagine somebody who said, congratulations, I'm going to be a travel advisor
I know.
January 1st, 2020, and then book clients and have to deal with that. Having the experience that you had helped you know what to do to take on such a stressful time.
Yeah, and it was stressful. Everybody was learning at the same time, and of course, I was getting many questions. When's cruising going to come back? When is this state going to open? When is this country going to open back up? And I wanted to say, and I did many times, if I could foretell the future, I would not be a travel agent. This would not be my profession right now. I would have chosen something else. But, and I do believe, the Magic 8 Ball became my best friend during that time. It had all the answers, right? So, but joking aside, living through that, going through that, you really built relationships with the different companies during that time. You had to. We were in it together, and so calling them up, having your people, knowing who to contact, because otherwise you were on the phone for 14 hours. I learned how to watch TV. I learned how to be on multiple online holds at the same time. I learned how to cook, how to eat. Think of all the daily things that you do every day, 14 hours. I learned to, and the scariest thing I think during that time being on hold for 14 hours is you found out that the hold music actually has an end. And
really?
So it would go quiet and you wouldn't know, am I still on hold or am I not? Did I get disconnected, but
goodness.
The counter's still going? So, and having faith and trust that you were still on hold, even though that music wasn't playing anymore. It's very nerve-wracking.
Yeah. I got to say, I think coming out of that time, one of the things, again, this things breed innovation, was this, we'll hold your place in line and call you back when it's next.
Yes.
I think I never heard of that before, like just recently. And I think that probably stemmed from people being on hold for 14 hours and trying to figure out what can I do to not be on hold for 14 hours but still be on hold.
Yes.
So,
yeah. When companies started putting that into place, that was a game changer, because you could be on hold for even more companies now, right, all at the same time. But when
they'll call you back at the same time, it's your turn. You're like,
that's right. Hey, but they understood. If you were jumping back and forth, as long as you came back every 2 minutes, they were good.
So before we get into our next segment, I want to just put the camera down here a little bit. If you're listening on the radio, I'm going to show this here. I got my Joey fan club shirt on. This was made by a guest, one of our favorite guests, Jessica and then Gracie from Baked by Grace and their family made me a Joey fan club shirt. It's got a little image of me on there, and for the Prosperity Lounge on the back, it's got the QR code and some stuff. We are going to be selling these shirts. So if you want a Joey fan club shirt, go to our Facebook page. You can go to the Prosperity Lounge Facebook page and you can say, "Hey, I want to pre-order one," and we'll get you connected with how that's going to be. They're going to be $19. You can wear a Joey shirt around everywhere. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So I just want to get that plug in. It was actually cool the other day. We were down at, it's a little side track. We were down at County Commission the other day. Mm-hmm. I was up for an appointment and didn't get it, but I'm happy with the guy who got it, and they showed up wearing the shirts in the row, and they gave me mine. So they were in the row there with my Joey fan club shirts supporting me. So I really appreciate that, guys. Thank you so much. And wouldn't be where I am without you guys. So thank you. Thanks for being in the chat again. They're always in the chat. I love them. So we're going to get into a segment here that I think is going to be a lot of fun. It's very topical. It's very now. It's about AI. And I titled this segment, and I think I titled this episode Amy versus AI, because I love that. I know.
I'm a little scared, Joey, when you did that. I'm like, oh, AI. I don't, yeah.
We had a great conversation about how AI cannot replace a dedicated travel advisor. So we got to talk about the elephant in the room. We live in a world where people say, why do I need a travel advisor when I got Google, I got apps, and I got AI? That's why I bought an Amy. Amy versus AI. Amy, can AI build an itinerary?
Yes, it can.
Okay. But the real question, Amy, when something breaks, when a storm hits or a flight is canceled, or when you're on a plane with no Wi-Fi, who's the one actually fixing it?
That would be your travel advisor.
That's what I thought it would be. AI is not sitting on those 14-hour calls.
No, AI is not yet. If it can, I would love to figure that out.
We'll welcome it and figure out how to use it.
I'm sure there's somebody out there that said, "Oh, it can do that. If you just do this and that and that." I'm sure it can. But remember, I said earlier, it's not what you know. It's what you don't know. Mm-hmm. Well, it's not only what you don't know. It's who you don't know. Who do you like? AI is not out there building relationships with these different companies. AI is not out there, like it can give you the 1-800 number to call where you can sit on hold for 14 hours, but you could call me and talk to me for 5 minutes, and then I'm the one that's on there doing all the work for you. You could be on a flight or about to get on a flight and something is going wrong. You can call me, and while you're in the air where you can't call, where you cannot access Wi-Fi as easily unless you're paying a fortune, I could be doing all that work, having it all done for you. When you land, it's in your inbox or it's in your text. So it's not just about being able to go out there and you say, oh, I can do it all myself. You can do it all yourself, but also think about your job and how many years it took you to get where you would be able to do the things that you do so quickly, that's what I can bring to the table. I can bring years of experience to you. And one of the best things about a travel advisor is that companies pay me so you don't have to. It's the same price. You can go on and you can book the exact same thing for the exact same price. But you could then have services, somebody to help you and to figure out what you can do so you can get the maximum amount of money out of your vacation. So you get that value out of it. Because vacations are an investment now, Joey.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the costs of them. They have skyrocketed. And if I'm going to invest my money into something, anything, I want to know that I'm going to get the value out of it, that I'm not just throwing that money away. And that's what a travel advisor can do and how they can help you.
No, and I just thought about it now, and it would have been fun. I was going to ask, maybe for next time, give you a destination and plan a trip for me.
Yeah.
And I was going to get on the computer and plan the same trip. And I bet you yours would be a lot better anyway.
That might be true. I would hope it would be true.
Yeah,
but,
no, it definitely would be.
For next time, though.
Next time we'll do that.
Next time I can bring an
Really
itinerary.
do Amy versus AI.
You can put it against AI, and we can see what we both
I
come
love
up
that.
with.
But you're right there. You're talking about the difference between, doing it yourself, having the computer do it for you.
Mm-hmm.
AI is going to give information, but you give advocacy. You're there building the relationships, like you said. We can all. Hey, New Year's is coming. I'm dating the show, but New Year's is coming. And what do we do in the New Year? We always give a resolution.
Mm-hmm.
We always say, I'm going to eat healthy. I'm going to go to the gym and work out. I'm going to get in shape. And then by the second week of January, you're on the couch eating bonbons and chips, and you don't care anymore.
You don't.
And you go, well, I could do that, but you don't. So if you're really serious about it, you go hire a trainer. You get a gym membership. You're serious about your finances. You work with a financial coach and a financial advisor to do your investments. You can do it yourself. I can go on Fidelity and make trades if I wanted to. But do I have the experience and the knowledge that my advisor does? No. And I'm in the industry, and I have experience and knowledge, but I let my advisor take care of it for me. Why? Because I don't want to worry about it. I want them to worry about it for me. That's what I'm paying them for. And same thing with travel. I mean, that's where the advocacy comes in and your advice. Like I want somebody to do it for me. I could do it myself, but do I want that household headache?
Yeah.
I want you to have the headache, not me. Have the headache for me.
And I did have a client when we met, and she had used AI to plan out her day during a vacation at at a theme park. And she brought it to me, and she said that, like, AI suggested that this is what we do. And she showed it to me. She's like, what do you think? And I said, well, I can tell you right now, like, that ride's closed. That one doesn't exist anymore. This isn't open for breakfast. This is only open for lunch. So you might want to.
Okay.
And I said, your littles are too short for this ride. They can't even ride this ride. So not that AI was completely off track, but she didn't know the information enough she didn't know the things to even tell AI so that AI could give her a better itinerary, possibly. So that's one thing. But the other is, having gotten to know her and her situation, I was able to look at this and say, these things will work for your family. These things would not. So that is one thing. Again, like I was saying, building that relationship, knowing people and what they're looking for, knowing from past experiences what other people in their situation are looking for. I can help narrow things down a lot quicker.
Yeah, that's so true. What you just said, it's this. Oh man, I just lost my train of thought, and that's not good on live radio.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
No. Oh yeah. It's the input. The AI is great about the output, but it's only the output's only as good as the input.
Right.
And I talk to that when I'm talking with business clients about building branding and marketing credentials and phrases and slogans and stuff. It's only as good as you put it in. Like if I was telling somebody, like you said, plan a trip to Disney for a family of 4, it would just plan a trip to Disney for a family of 4. But if you're like, plan a trip to Disney, family of 4,
Right.
the ages 12 and 14, from this date to this date, we want to do this park in the morning, this park in the afternoon, this park on Tuesday, this park on Thursday, whatever it is. It'll build you a better itinerary. But Amy's got the experience, the travel advisor's got the experience to know, yeah, that's great. You want to go to Safari Park on Thursday. Your kid really likes elephants. Well, the elephant exhibit's closed on Thursdays.
Right.
And they don't know that because you didn't do the inputs. Amy's doing the inputs for you, but she's doing them because she's not putting them anywhere. She knows them. And that's a big difference.
Knowing the questions to ask.
Yeah.
Knowing that every family is different.
Absolutely.
And so getting to know your family and what you like and what you don't, that helps me help you.
Yeah, and you get to know your clients, like who doesn't drink, who needs quiet time,
Yes.
who wants apple cider instead of champagne, who panics when plans change.
Yes.
Yeah. And also AI, like we said earlier, AI does not know Gary the GM.
That is true.
Amy does.
That's true.
And that's the value. And like you said earlier, something that stuck with me is that there's no cost to work with you.
Yeah.
Why aren't you? It doesn't cost
That's
you
my
anything.
question. Why aren't you?
It's
Why aren't you
quiet.
using a travel agent?
Oh my goodness. Okay. I want to clear something up too before we move on to the next segment. Travel agent, travel advisor.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing, different?
A travel agent has traditionally been somebody who you would call and just, you tell them what you want, they book it for you. That's it.
Okay.
A travel advisor is somebody who is there asking the questions and making sort of like it's like a financial advisor. I can come to you with different options and say these are the plus and minuses for both sides. You get to choose, but you at least have somebody who has the information that can then pass that on to you so you can make the choices if you would like. Just finding the different situations, such as if you do like elephants and you think, oh, well, this is the only place that I can go and see elephants. Well, I may have some other opportunities that I can share with you to where then you can decide, like, do I want to go all the way to Thailand, or do I want to go to Africa, or do I want to stay in the United States and see an elephant reserve here? So those are some of the differences.
That's cool because I was just thinking in my head. You go to a place like you said Thailand, Africa, or the United States. Maybe I'll go see them in Thailand. You may get a little more up close in Africa, but you may be able to pet and ride one somewhere closer.
Yeah.
And I might be like, I really want to go to Africa, but if I can go here and actually get more interaction with the pet or the animal that I want to see, or the attraction, or go to a theme park and get a behind the scenes tour of a ride, or how the inner workings work, as opposed to just going and like riding a ride. I mean, there's more opportunity based on where based on your experience of what your clients like.
Yeah. And I have
Sweet.
a client. Yeah. They were looking at like Vancouver, and I said, oh, well, did you know that right next door is this little island called Victoria, and you might want to go check it out because of some of the things that you told me, that you like tea and you like gardens, and so different things like that can help.
So we live here in East Tennessee, bringing it hyper local now for everybody. And I think we are within a 10 or 12 hour drive of like 2/3 of the country.
A lot.
A lot. So if someone comes to you and says, Amy, I just want to get out of town. I don't want to fly. I don't mind driving within the 10 to 12 hour drive in Knoxville. Where should people be looking?
So I would be asking questions. What are you looking to do, though? Would you are you wanting to hike? Are you wanting to stay indoors? Are you active? Are you looking to relax? Are you looking for sand and sun or snow? We really live within an area where you can have a vastly different experience very quickly. So if you were looking for the beach, I would send you towards Charleston and Foley. I always think that that's a little bit of a quieter area. If you want a really quieter beach, Edisto Island is great. I always try and tell people, remember our backyard of Chattanooga. It's not that far, and it's got some great atmosphere and things to do. It's very family friendly. It's a great place to go for a romantic date too. And again, it's just like an 1.5 to 2 hour drive. Not that hard. You want to go up north, you could go to St. Louis, and you've got the Arch, you've got the Mississippi River, you've got baseball, you've got football, I think, right?
Probably not yet, but
maybe not soon.
Indoor,
okay.
maybe.
You can tell. I follow the Vols. That's about it. Sorry.
She's asking questions, so that's helpful.
Yeah. But you've got that opportunity like right there. That's within like an 8-hour drive. So, which is, it's a larger major city. So you can find something just around, but that's where I would be starting to qualify you and asking questions of like, what are you looking for to do?
Well, it's a good thing I brought questions.
Oh no. Okay.
Best mountain escape that's not Gatlinburg and the Smokies.
Not Gatlinburg and the Smokies. Mountains. Actually, Montana. That's not a 10-hour drive, though. I mean,
I'll qualify. I'll say
okay.
We can include the Smokies, but not Gatlinburg.
Not Gatlinburg. So let's see. This is where I would be going and looking. So mountainous. I would
put you on the spot. Sorry.
I know. Between 10 and 12 hours, though?
Chattanooga was 2 hours, so I mean, you can say.
You could go to Chattanooga and you could go to Lookout or Signal. There's some. Okay. Oh, actually, on Lookout Mountain, there's this great hiking, and they have Sunset Rock. Absolutely beautiful. So you get to look out over the whole Chattanooga area. Most people don't know about that little hiking trail, so that's one to do. We
actually went to. I'm going to throw this out for your Rolodex, Robbinsville, North Carolina.
Okay.
We went there. We stayed at this little lodge. It ended up being an all-inclusive lodge, which was amazing to find. Had kayaking available, biking. It was in the mountains. It was
Robbinsville. All right.
Snowbird Lodge, I think it was called.
I'll have to look into that.
It was a lot of fun. There's no TVs in the room.
Well.
But it overlooked the window in the back on the deck overlooked the entire valley.
That sounds really.
And there was a thunderstorm that was coming in, so you could see it rolling in, and the rain and the lightning hitting closer and closer. And then when it cleared up at night, you can look out, and you can just see the reflections of the eyes of the different animals that were down there, trying to figure out what was getting closer. But it was a lot. That was a lot of fun.
The Ozarks may be within the 10 to 12 hours, so that
I think so.
So that could be an option as well.
Ozarks, yeah. I've not been there. We've been to Hot Springs, Arkansas. That's probably about a 10 to 12 hour drive if we push it. I say 10 to 12 hours, Amy, but we are notoriously bad driving people. We like to drive, but it takes us 4.5 hours to go to Nashville sometimes.
That's true.
Because you got to stop at Buc-ee's, you got to stop at coffee here, food here, and then you get. Anyway, I think we drove to DC one time recently, and it took about an 8-hour drive, I think, to DC, and it took us 12 because we stopped a few times. And then on the way back, this is a funny one. On the way back, we got up early, checked out of the hotel. We're like, great, it's like 10 o'clock. We're going to just drive back. We'll be plenty of time. We decided to sightsee the same day. So doing the walking tour, we're walking around Arlington. We'll take the tram. It'll be a quick ride. Guess what time we left to come home?
6 p.m.
It was about 6 o'clock. We got on the road, and then we stopped about an hour in to get food, and so we really didn't get home till about 4 in the morning.
I was about to say.
Yeah.
Things take time. Things take time.
All right. You said beaches. You said Charleston. Beaches without the chaos. So I'm avoiding Myrtle Beach for this one.
Mm-hmm. So
Well, I
Foley.
like Myrtle Beach, but
No, Foley. I would
I've
go
never
Foley.
been. Where is that?
So near Charleston.
Okay.
So
I've never
you're
been to
just
Charleston. I
you're
gotta
about
get to Charleston.
45 minutes from Charleston, so you can go into Charleston for the day, and you go to the market, and you can go to Hyman's and get your seafood on, and but then you can stay by that beach, and it's and get there's nothing like it. I love it.
A great family trip that is not the House of the Mouse.
That's not the House of the Mouse. So again, I would look at Chattanooga for us that are close to here. And I would look at Nashville. You know, that it is a great area. It's got a lot of family friendly things to do. I could plan you a whole day in Nashville, and I could plan a whole weekend in Nashville, and so it's another area that's really close to us, and you would have a great time.
Yeah, the zoo's great out there.
The zoo is great.
Yeah.
St. Louis is another one I could send you to. The zoo is free in St. Louis. They have a great science museum. They have a great history museum that has an Egyptian. What are they called? Like
Mummies?
No, not the mummies. Like exhibit.
Exhibit. Okay.
They have. I'm sorry.
I don't know which way you were going with that one.
Exhibit.
Okay. Featuring mummies.
Program. Like exhibit. So they have that. The jewel box is flowers and plants. That's indoors. It's absolutely beautiful. So you can just hang out, and then you could go see the Clydesdale horses.
Ooh.
You can if you want to venture outside a little bit. You could even go visit the farm where they breed them, and sometimes you can even see ponies.
Those horses are huge.
They are. They're gorgeous,
They are.
and they're so well taken care of. Like, I could live in one of those stalls.
They've
and
come
be
here every so
completely
often,
fine.
and we took a picture next to one, and I didn't even come up to it. It's like
Yeah,
past its
no.
leg.
They're
Gosh.
but they're beautiful.
Yeah. All right. Quiet grown-up getaways. Just the two of you. You want to get out. You want to be grown-ups for a weekend.
Where do we go?
And I got all day to drive.
You have all day to drive.
Yeah.
I would.
I'll throw one at you.
Okay.
Savannah, overrated or underrated?
No, I think I would go. I would go to Savannah. I would go in a heartbeat.
Okay.
I think, and I'm just trying to think another place. This is going to sound crazy, but Marietta, Georgia.
Okay.
There are some quieter bed and breakfasts there.
Ooh.
So while you sort of are close to the crazy of Atlanta, I mean, Marietta's got its own downtown, and so you could go there and be sort of quiet. If you weren't scared to take a flight, you could go over. I mean, it's the other UT. You could go to Austin and do things over there.
Ooh, Torrance down.
I'm not even going to try and attempt that. But yeah,
Okay.
just a romantic getaway.
We had a pretty awesome experience recently in Lexington, Kentucky.
Okay.
And that's about 2.5 hours from here. And I
That's
didn't
not far.
realize that. And there's a lot of, my wife likes horses. And we got up there, and that's where all the breeding for the derbies and
Yes,
stuff
it
happens. So it's a
is.
great, fun, the trails were there, the hiking. Plus, University of Kentucky's there. So it's a quick trip to go see the Vols play. If you want to go up there. And it's, fun. I had a good time.
There's also several wine countries and wine around this area. So they've got them in Missouri. They've got them in Illinois. They've got them in Virginia. So you could definitely get away to like a wine country in the east and tour some of the different vineyards and some of the different places that are bottling around here.
Yeah. And I'll throw it out here, too. I think Virginia's a little underrated.
Oh, yeah.
There's some great spots, especially if you're a history buff. You want to look at the Civil War trails and stuff up there and the battle sites. And Monticello and Jefferson's home, Washington's home, all that stuff up there. Oof. Plus,
And
if you go further north, you're right there towards D.C. if you really want to hop in there.
Yeah.
We had a great time.
Yeah. No, Virginia. I think, isn't their slogan, Virginia is for lovers?
That's right. It is. It is. We've been up there a few times. I had to go to a conference up there at Liberty University in Lynchburg back in October, do some podcasting and radio interviews and stuff. And it's a great drive, great area. It's really fantastic. Just seeing the mountains and I can't remember the big famous drive through the mountain, Blue Ridge Parkway. That's it. God, my memory's coming back to me. Yeah, so this is great. So this is where Amy shines, because we're not sending everyone to the same place.
No.
And AI would do that. Going back to our AI conversation.
They might. I mean, he's pulling from the internet, so yeah.
Yeah. I had a question in the chat, and I kind of covered this a little bit, but I'm going to get into it again because I really want to make sure everybody understands it. Is it cheaper using a travel agent than booking direct? I've heard it can be.
It can be. So here's where the value comes in. So there are companies that will give deals to travel agents that are not out there to the public. So it can be cheaper. At the same time, you can go on and book the exact same thing that I can at the exact same price. Where the value comes in is that I may come up to you and say, hey, like, you have added like the food package to this, but you have like 2 little kids and like just the 2 adults. It's going to be cheaper if you take that off. The other thing is that I can tell you when is the best time to book things, such as like cruises. Most of the time with cruises, the cheapest time is to book is when they first come out. So that can help you save money as a travel agent. The other, one of the great things about a travel agent, how they can save you money, is that all of those suppliers and companies are sending me all of their promotions and deals all the time. They're not typically doing that with you once you've booked, but they're sending them to me because they want me to pass those on to my clients. During the Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Travel Tuesday, Small Business Saturday, all that whole weekend. Travel companies had deals coming out every single day. I was taking those and seeing if and how I could apply them to my clients' reservations.
Oh, wow.
And several clients saved over $1,000. And I got to, they didn't even know that there was a promotion out. And I contacted them and said, hey, by the way, your new balance is $1,000 less. So in that way, using a travel agent can make it cheaper for you.
Great question. Great answer, by the way. So one thing I want to address before we're almost time to wrap up. So fast.
Wow. So you didn't even get to all your questions.
I know. You used to work, I mentioned it earlier, the House of the Mouse, Disney. So you know Disney inside and out, but you want to be intentional and not boxed in as a Disney agent. So you do everything.
I do everything, yes.
Everything. Which includes Disney, but everything. So why is it important to you to be not boxed in, to be broad-based, to be not so niched down?
I look at it as there is nothing against travel agents who want to be focused on solely one product, that want to have that niche. For me, my heart is in serving my clients, and I build relationships with families, and they will want to do the House of Mouse one year, but then the next year they don't. They want to go do something else. I want to have the resources, knowledge, relationships with different companies so I can help my families who I've built those relationships with, not just to their trip to Disney, but for all of their vacations. So that's one of the reasons why when I say I'm a travel agent and they say, oh, you book only Disney. I can book Disney, but I can also book the other things. And I want you to realize that other things can be all-inclusives. It can be cruises. It can be ocean cruises, river cruises, hotels, car rentals, trips to Key West, trips to Chattanooga, trips to Gatlinburg. All of those things I can help with because I don't want to book just your one theme park adventure.
So your range goes from staycation in downtown Knoxville for somebody who lives here locally, all the way to a safari in Africa or an Antarctic cruise.
There you go. Let's go.
Which is where I want to go, by the way, Antarctica. That's on my bucket list, Amy.
I'll note it, Joey, and now you're going to start getting all these beautiful, lovely pictures from me.
Oh, as long as they're deals, we'll figure it out. One of the funny things you mentioned during our pre-conversation was the it's not going to translate to radio or people listening on the podcast, but if you're watching, it'll translate there on the YouTube. The Disney point. You mentioned it's a full hand or a 3-finger.
So when I point, yes. So I think I got to actually hold it this way. So you point with 3 fingers. You can point with 2 fingers. You can point with 4 fingers. You can point with your whole hand. Okay. But you never point with, I don't even think I can do it. You can never point with just 1 finger because in certain cultures that is considered rude.
Okay. So this, but this or this is fine.
Yeah. So, okay. Yes. So Joey is sitting over here.
Yes. I'm here.
And a piece of trash cannot live on the ground for very long.
Right, I just remember seeing that, and the way they have to bend down and pick it up a certain way, and some tissue and pick up with this and throw it out at certain times.
They have changed a little bit lately.
Okay.
But I think there are certain things that will always be the same, like the hand point will always be the same.
And that's just a sense of giving people, no matter when you visit, you're going to get the same experience because of the way they operate.
Yeah.
Which is fantastic.
Yeah.
Now, I want to move into something here. You are staying not just incredibly busy helping people plan for magical vacations. See what I did there? And you are also staying involved very locally, giving back of your time, whatever time you have available. When you're on hold for 14 hours, you can get out of the house and do something.
I've learned how to do that at the same time. Didn't I tell you? You
are a leader in the Farragut West Knox Chamber, where you were ambassador. Are you still an ambassador?
I am still an ambassador.
Okay.
So I'm on that committee, and I'm in that committee, so I'm part of that. So I am part of the ambassadors of Farragut West Knox Chamber. And
you last year were the chair of the Gala Auction Committee, which I so humbly served on for the 2nd year.
You were great. Thank you.
I was a disappointment, Amy.
Oh, no, you weren't.
I came in with big dreams and caviar wishes. What's the lifestyles of the rich and famous guy? Caviar dreams and champagne wishes.
And I'm telling you, Joey, you laid the groundwork for next year. I firmly believe it. You laid a solid groundwork for next year. I think
you put stuff out in the universe, it finds a way back. We'll find a way back to what we were looking for. If you're out there, if anybody has any contact with Emily Ann Roberts, we're looking for a signed guitar for the auction next year. I'm putting it out there right now. Matt Stillwell, if you're listening or watching, you're also on the list of people we need to contact for some stuff. You're a local guy. Come on, let's do it.
Come on.
All right. So why does community service, especially community involvement, matter so much for you?
I think it's, again, that wanting to give back. I'm very blessed to do what I love. I'm very blessed by this community supporting me. So I want to bless my community and support it any way that I can. I was very blessed when my son was 2 years old. We were admitted into the East Tennessee Children's Hospital. So when I had the opportunity to give back and help them, you better believe that I'm going to do that. They were invaluable to me, and I want them to be there to be able to help another child the way they were able to help my family and us. So just giving back to our community is the least I can do for what it's done for me.
And speaking of that, our Santa show last week, we raised $650 for East Tennessee Children's Hospital, thanks in part to our title sponsor. Hold on, let me do the three-finger point. Amy, Simply Magical Vacations by Amy was our title sponsor. Kim Frazier as well, and Josh Dockery from Waterstone Markets chipped in at the end there after the show, and it was help out. So appreciate you all for helping out. $650 to East Tennessee Children's Hospital. Next year we're going to be bigger and better and better, and it's going to be huge. You just wait. I got a year to plan it next year.
It's going to be
so much fun. And that's a lot. Well, getting back to your stuff, that's what we talk about here in the show. Is prosperity is about money. It's about purpose, service, and using your gifts to help others. And if you have the time and value and opportunity to do it, if you're not doing it, it's a waste.
It is.
Get out there and do it.
And I feel that for me in my heart, like being able to get involved and to take the time. You take your talents, you take your treasure, you use it all to help build your community.
Absolutely. So we have some listener questions that come in. It's one of my favorite parts of the show, our listener Q&A. When I put out that Amy's coming on, I get a couple emails that come in every so often when I ask for questions. Sarah from Farragut wants to know, and I think we answered this, Sarah, but I'm going to ask it anyway since you wrote in. Thank you. Is a travel advisor more expensive than booking myself?
No, it's not more expensive. Not at all. It is going to be at least the exact same price. If I can't get the exact same price that you have, then we're not comparing apples to apples. I'm going to tell you that right now. If somebody says I can beat the lower price, then I ask them to pull it up and to show it to me so I can show you. I try and when I give my clients a number, I try and give them out the door information. It's got all your taxes, it's got all your fees, it's got all the hidden little things in there. So it is your out the door. Like they say at at Neyland Stadium, pay these prices and pay no more. Like that's the price I'm giving you. Because
somebody might approach something with you and say, hey, it's cheaper. And then you look at it and go, well, yeah, if you want a room that you can't sleep in because you have to share with somebody else who you don't know. And
it's more like, well, you don't have all the taxes and fees in there.
Yeah.
Like, yes, it's $199 per night, but then you or it's $199 per day and you're only counting 4 nights. It's 5 days, or it doesn't have all the taxes and fees in it. And then they have this resort fee that's also on top of it. So all of those things add up. And companies are very sneaky about that, about trying to get you that low price, but at the end it's a lot higher.
Yeah, my gosh. Mike from Knoxville said, how far out should people really be planning trips now?
As soon as you know you want to go, because again, post-COVID world, things are booking up. Prices only go up; they don't go down. I had a client; she booked her cruise in February in February of 2025, and she got a great deal. She had some friends that wanted to join her. We priced the exact same room for her in September. It had gone up $5,000. So exact same room, exact same package.
So book it early.
Book it early. And again, I had clients, they booked it early, and when those promotions came out in November, I was able to save them that money off of it. So even though they booked early, they still got the promotion.
Awesome. Thanks for sending in those questions, Amy. I do this with all my guests, especially on the Monday and Wednesday we have. Monday and Wednesday, everybody gets the same questions.
Okay.
On Friday, we get a version of it where it's a rapid fire round specific to the guest.
Okay. I'm really nervous.
Okay. 10 questions. Actually, 11 on this one. Sorry, you get a bonus question.
Okay.
All right. Beach or mountains?
Beach.
Sand or snow?
Sand.
Cruise or road trip?
Cruise.
Early planner or last minute?
Early.
Window seat or aisle?
Window.
Carry-on only or overpacker?
Oh, overpacker.
Most underrated destination people ignore.
I'm gonna St. Vincent.
One place everyone should see at least once.
One place everybody should see at least. Oh, Pearl Harbor.
Biggest travel mistake people make.
Not using a travel agent.
If someone says, I just need a break, what's the first question back to them?
Why haven't you taken one?
And bonus question, what's your personal definition of prosperity?
Ooh, personal. Prosperity is having the means and the knowledge and the connections to live the life that you want to live.
Perfect. Actually, I got a question in the chat. I go, well, we're going to hang on afterwards. I think a few minutes after the show ends here on the radio, and we're going to hang on just a couple minutes. So stay tuned live on YouTube. We're here. Join us at the Prosperity Lounge if you want some bonus time. If you're listening tonight and thinking, I don't want to plan a trip, I just want to enjoy the trip, Amy's your person. Visit alwaysmagicallyyours.com.
That's it.
Reach out to Simply Magical Vacations by Amy. You can find her everywhere, man. She's on YouTube. Not YouTube. You're on Facebook. You're on YouTube right now.
I'm on YouTube right now.
Facebook, LinkedIn, find her everywhere. Join her. If you see her out and about, if you go to any networking event anywhere in East Tennessee, you're probably going to run into Amy. So she's always got a table. She's always got a smile. She's always got all the books to show you a good time.
Thank you.
On vacation. Anywhere else people can connect with you? You have a phone number or anything else you want to give out?
I have 865-607-6491. You can leave a message. However, it is going to tell you that email is going to be the fastest way to get to me, Amy at simplymagicalvacations.com.
Amy at simplymagicalvacations.com. Awesome. If you want to catch this episode again, you can watch on YouTube, listen to the podcast. You can find that everywhere. You join our free community at theprosperitylounge.com. It's free. Get in there and ask questions and have a lot of fun, and we're good. We have a good time. And so basically, we're gonna put this episode up again. And I know sometimes the live video has got a little issue with the live audio, but check for the video over the weekend. I always clean it up and have a good to go conversation, so you don't miss anything Amy said about travel and all the good tips she gave. So until next time, everybody, have a merry holidays, happy Christmas, great New Year's. We're going to be off for the next 2 weeks. We won't be live. We'll be live on YouTube doing a show, but we won't be live here on the station. Feel free to check us out there. We'll see you in the new year. Until next time, stay faithful, stay fearless, and remember, freedom lives where faith and action meet. The lounge is always open, and so is your next breakthrough. This is the Prosperity Lounge.
Pull up a chair. The journey's